Because if there's one thing everybody loves, it's malty goodness. And next step is cold water and fill it up some more. Alright, so let's take our trusty pitcher. Fill in the pitcher. Fill in the pitcher. Get it nice and somewhat full. And let's see, the 9-quart line is right here. Oops. Fill, fill, fill to the 9-quart. Oh, shiza. Fill, fill, fill to the 9-quart line. The 9-quart line. The 9-quart line. And we need to fill a little more. Man, I am having a manic Friday. I don't know about you guys, but very oh yeah, a little bit above. Alright, so we're all filled up to the 9-quart line. The next step will be pitching the yeast. Alright, now it's time to pitch the yeast. We got 9 quarts of wort in there. Here is our yeast packet. Make sure it's not too hot. I let this sit for a while to really cool down, because if it's over 103 degrees, you will kill your yeast. So, bombs away. Now, alcohol fermentation is an anaerobic process, but yeast have an aerobic portion in their life cycle. So when you first pitch the yeast, you want to really stir them in and agitate the wort and oxygenate the wort, because the oxygen is going to get them kick-started, and when they're not able to exist aerobically, they'll start working anaerobically, and they'll start turning all of your carbohydrates into pyruvate and alcohol. They use the pyruvate to make energy, to reproduce, to make more yeast, and then the alcohol is essentially yeast poop. So I'm going to screw this cap on and then put, okay, so the cap's on. Next step, we fill this guy up. I was just saying, next step, we fill this guy up. This guy goes in here. And then there's a line right here. And we just fill to the line. We put the cap on. We come back over here to our primary fermenter, and voila! So the next time I'll be seeing you guys is going to be a couple weeks, and we will be bottling this stuff. Alright, see you later. Okay, so now we've got Mr. Beer all wrapped up so the light doesn't mess up fermentation. And we do a close-up here. You can see a lot of activity in that airlock, as we are fermenting away. Alright. Alright, so it's almost been a week now. It'll be 1 week tomorrow. And as you can see, there's not much going on in that airlock. So we're pretty much done with primary fermentation. So probably tomorrow, if I have time, if not Monday, we'll be bottling. And then just to show you something else, what is this big guy over here? It's like a big 5-gallon carboy. And what's going on in that airlock? Woo! You see some crust there. This guy overflowed. I actually made up my own recipe for beer. I crafted this myself, and I'll talk more about this later. This video is about Mr. Beer. But I'm just showing you what's on the horizon. I don't like to document anything the first time I do it. I want to make sure I can do it right before I document it. I don't want to waste anybody's time, so this is just a preview. And if this goes well, I'll do more larger batches of brew like this in the future, and I'll document them and make some videos. But for now, back to Mr. Beer. This is what we're working on. Alright, so primary fermentation is finished, and now I believe it is time to bottle. A little bit in there, a little bit in there, a little bit in there. Take the cap. Ooh, maybe too much. Hot water. Ooh, dirty sink. Hot water, more hot water. Put it in there. Pick it up. Rinse it out. That's one bottle sanitized. You get the gist of it. Alright, corn sugar. As you can see, here are all my bottles, freshly sanitized. Here is the sugar I will be priming them with. Mr. Beer says 2.5 teaspoons per bottle. So here's my teaspoon set. So we got 1, 2, and a half. Alright, and then I'm going to do that to all the other bottles, and I'll be right back. Now it's time to bottle. And we bottle our beer like so. And I'm just going to do this first bottle because this is very time consuming. And this is part of the reason I'm getting a kegerator, is because I hate having to bottle beer this way. It takes a long time. But it's filling up. How are you guys out there on YouTube? That's good. I'm glad to hear it. Really, that's very interesting. Really, I will look into that. Ooh, we're frothing up here. And I want to get to the neck, but we can let it froth over a little bit. I should put a towel down there. There we go. And where did I put my clean caps? Ah, there. And we'll cap this bad boy off. Cool. And we do that 7 more times, and we'll be bottled. Alright. Like pretty little ducks in a row. So let's take these guys and put them someplace nice and dark where they can secondary ferment a little bit. And those priming sugars. Oh, there's a camera lens in there. But yeah, it's dark, you probably can't see that, but I got a little box, and that's where I'm going to store them all. So the next time I'll see you, it's going to be a few weeks from now, and we'll be taking these bad boys out, opening them up, and seeing how they taste. Alright, see you later. Bye. Greetings and salutations. So it's been about 3 weeks now. I put this in the fridge yesterday, so it's nice and cold. The yeast have been halted, and now I want to taste it. Let's see if I got it right this time. I followed most of the instructions as Mr. Beer instructed, so yep, we've got carbonation, it sounds like. Let's give this guy a pour. Alright, so we actually have a little bit of a head this time. Actually, that's a decent head. And I didn't do this last video because that beer looked awful. It looked like Coca-Cola. Let's see if my macro can give you a good view. That is some pretty clear, I would say almost crystal clear, light blonde, yellow golden colored beer. So let me sit back down with this, get back in good camera position, and let's get a feel for this. Like I said before, we've got good clarity, golden, blonde, yellow color. Let's take a smell. Very malty aroma. I can't smell any hops. No hops hit the nose. Almost sort of a weedy smell. Maybe fruity, like a banana. Okay, let's give this a taste. It's not half bad. And it does, I can taste a little bit of hop on the finish. I would say it's definitely less than 25 IBUs. I mean, it's not anything like an India Pale Ale. I have a Cooper's Australian Ale that I kegged in the other room, and that is a lot smoother than this. It's more florally. This is more bread-like with the bitter finish. This is definitely better than Bud Light or Pabst Blue Ribbon. I don't like it as much as the Cooper's Australian Pale Ale. And this is the lowest end beginner version of the Mr. Beer. But I mean, it's not bad. I mean, it's not the best beer I've ever had. You know, it's a little bit more carbonated than it should be. I think maybe I used too much priming sugar. But all in all, it's decent. It's very decent. And I actually bought one of the premium Mr. Beers. I bought the wit beer, which I'm brewing in the Mr. Beer now. I'm not going to make a video of me making it because it's basically the same as doing this, only it comes with 2 cans of malt instead of the malt in the booster. I might make a tasting video, but I don't think I'll do any more brewing videos. But yeah, I got it right this time. It's pretty good. And I say pretty good, I mean pretty good. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say this is about a 6 as far as like my taste for beer goes. But it's not too shabby. It's definitely drinkable. I mean, that disgusting beer I made before was drinkable, but this is actually pretty good. So I don't know. Cheers, and thanks for watching.